Hello Flosstube, this is AM Dreaming Stitcher, and this video is a continuation of my parade of all the charts, kits, books, etc. that I have managed to accumulate over my years of cross-stitching. I am filming these in fairly short segments, about 30 minutes each. I have no idea if that's the ideal spot for people, but once they're all posted, if you prefer something longer, you can always, run them back to back. And if you like them shorter, I suggest putting it on fast speed because that'll get you through it quickly. Um, I'm trying to give you just the basics about each kit. I know that my camera's not the best, my computer's not the best, my light isn't the best. So if I tell you enough about them, maybe you can look them up somewhere else if you see something that interests you and get a much better view of them. So the first kit up today is called Sun Catchers. It's by Elsa Williams, and it was designed by Carol Decker and has a copyright of 2006 on it. This is stitched on 14 count Aida. I have seen other floss tubers doing it. For example, I think Amy Loves Toads was one of them. I know there have been others. I saw it, I think, on another floss tuber's channel, and that inspired me to go find it. We had pet turtles once, not this kind of turtle, but these remind me of them, and so I like them. And some people like to see how these are packaged at the back, so there's a glimpse for you of the packaging on this kit. Some of these, I'm sure, got shown in past videos as haul or, that kind of thing. But this is meant to be a systematic, just go through everything kind of parade. So if you've seen them before, oh well, and if not, I hope you see something you like. The next one up is a Dimensions kit called Waterbirds. It has a copyright of 1992. This is stitched on a 14 count khaki Aida. I do not see a designer named on here. Oh wait, here we go. Taylor Otten is our designer. And that's what it looks like all packaged up. My colors aren't very true, but you get a general idea of what it's going to look like. This one is from a kind of series of similar designs. I think Harmony might have been the name for the series. I have some just as charts and some as kits. I think there are 3 that kind of go side by side if you care to stitch them that way. I can't remember for sure, but if so, I think some of the charts will show up in my chart parade. This is from Serendipity Designs. The name of the kit is Fragrant Camellias, and it was designed by Carolyn Meacham. This is on an 18 count Aida. They don't mention the color, but I know it's not white. It's kind of a beige khaki sort of a color. I had it open and dropped the floss on the floor, so I'm afraid they got pretty tangled and messy. Sorry about that. Here's another one that's been open, so there's really nothing to show you at the back because it's not packaged the right way anymore. But I've seen this often on the secondhand market. It's from a company called Something Special. It was done by Candamar Designs. The name of it is Still Life Fruit, and it's done on a 14 count Aida. The copyright date appears to be 1989, and it was designed by Susan Treglown. I like botanicals and fruit, and I think it's kind of interesting the way the borders on each one of these vary from one to the other. I think this will be fun to stitch up. Everything seems to be there even though the kit was open when I got it. This box, by the way, that I'm going through today is the one I think of kind of as my birds and botanicals. So you're going to see a lot of plants and flying things, I guess. This kit that's coming up next is Riolis 928. I have no idea what the name of it in English would be, but it has herons on it, so it's probably something about herons. The designer is Yulia Krasavina. My pronunciations will be terrible. Apologies in advance for that. Just get used to it because I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to saying some of these things. This is on a 14 count Aida. It is done with Anchor floss. It says there's 8 colors. That's not very many at all. Maybe I need to start this one. I need to start them all. You know that feeling. And let's see. Have a look at the back. There you go. I'm going to be reaching into my box to get some of these, so I hope the crinkling is not too intolerable. Here's another one from that company called Something Special that did the still life. This one is called Duck Collage Picture. The copyright looks like 1985. It, again, Candamar Designs made these. And it's on a 14 count Aida. Not catching the name of a designer. I hope I don't miss that kind of information when it is available, because I know some folks like to know that, and sometimes you get a surprise of a designer that you know very well and you had no idea they made that particular kit or design. Anyway, this is what this one looks like at the back, because I have not had it open like the other, so you get a chance to see. It's the kind of floss you have to sort yourself. Next, this one is looks like I might have had it open. I'm not sure. Yes, it's been open. And I can't read anything on the packaging, so I can't tell you much about this. I know I got it through, I think it was Hirschner's or the Stitchery. And there were paired, you can see that there's several similar designs. I wanted this one and that one. And I think I ended up with both of them. So if the other one's around, maybe we can get a name from it. But, oh wow, there's just not a lot I can tell you about that one, since it isn't English. Yeah, perhaps you're fortunate enough to be able to read that, but it's probably too tiny for you to see. Huh. Something about cranes or herons or, oh goodness, I wish I could tell you more. I don't even see a number to share with you on that one. I'm so sorry. But as I said, if I have the matching one, the partner that goes with it, maybe we can get some information from that will help you, because I think that that I sought out the matching one elsewhere and it had perhaps English on it. Anyway, here we have a Dimensions kit that I have had open. It's called Baby Blue Jays. When it arrived, I remember it reeked of cologne or something. It's as if they had it stored somewhere that it shouldn't have been, but it seems to have aired out pretty well now. That's why it's been opened and put into another bag, is to take care of that. I've seen someone stitching this. It's so cute, so sweet. It is on a 14 count Aida. The copyright is 2005. I'm afraid I'm not seeing a designer. When I flip it over, I don't know what we're going to see. I think it'll be fabric. Yes. So no chance to get a designer name from that. But I love the Baby Blue Jays. I hope you don't feel that I'm rushing through these, but there are just so many to show, and I don't want to bore people by spending too much time on any one kit or babbling on and on about them. So forgive me if you would like to linger more. This is, I said I can't pronounce things. Vervaco, I don't know how to say the name of this company. They're out of Belgium, I believe. And the name they've given this one is Winter Birds. I'm going to have to flip it over to get some of the other details because I'm not seeing them on the front. But I had seen this one a number of times and finally caved in and got it when it was being clearanced. It is on I think this is 14 count. Yes, 14 count Aida. Ooh, I have that one. I think I showed it to y'all last time. Pointing out these things, and they're probably way too tiny for you to see. I'm sorry. But that's what it looks like on the back. Then we have one from Maria Iskanitsa. The design is by E. Holden. They call this one Toadstools. I love toadstools. I mean, the look of them. I don't think I've actually met any in the wild. I don't live in the right place. This is on a 16 count Aida. And I'm giving you copyrights when they happen to jump out at me, but I'm not seeing one on that. And that's what it looks like at the back. I love the colors in this. I love botanicals, what can I say? This next one I've seen stitched up quite a few times, or at least people working on it. And I like it very much. It seems to look wonderful when it's done. Somehow, just sitting in the package, it doesn't look as good to me as it looks when I've seen people working on it. But it's called Feasting Frenzy, designed by Marilee Carroll. It's on an 18 count ivory Aida. The copyright date on this is 2000. It's obviously a dimensions kit. And like dimensions, it does things like mixing in a lot of half cross stitch with the full crosses. And I can see a lot of back stitching and such in there too. And that's what it looks like in the packaging. All of these colors are so much brighter and prettier in person than my camera's giving it to you. But I've seen this one stitched up too. And it is absolutely gorgeous when you see it in person. It's called Indian Peacock, I believe. Yes, Indian Peacock. It's on a 14 count Aida that they call natural for the color. It has a copyright of 2012. It's a dimensions kit. If there is something you want to know about these, more information, please do feel free to put it in the comments. Like, I could read off things like the little tiny numbers that you probably can't see, if that would help you search them. But I think normally if you just know the name of the kit and the company, that should be enough for you to track things down if you see something that you like. And there's what it looks like at the back. Of course, the colors are not nearly as warm and bright as they are in person. Next, I have a Janlin kit. This one is called Four Seasons Birds. It's copyright 2007. The design is by Nancy Rossi. It's on a 14 count cotton Aida. And I like the way it goes through the four seasons, just as one would expect it to do. This one is from Designworks. It is Birds of Paradise. It's on a 14 count Aida. I don't see a designer credited, but it says Lemmy Studio. And I know it has some beads and things in it, I think. I have a feeling it does. I thought I had it open once, and it feels like there's something more in there than just the... Doesn't mention them though, so I could be imagining that. I'm making things up as I go along. Silly me. Okay, this one is, I have it with my kits. It doesn't actually have floss and things. It's actually a printed one. But to me, because it's printed, it doesn't really go in just plain patterns, because that wouldn't make sense. So I put it here with my kits. I don't remember what they called it. I got it from one of the catalogs, I think. Unless it was 1-2-3 Stitch. It's from this company or this brand, Collection Art, and I have a lot of theirs that are, can't say a lot, I have several needlepoint projects of theirs. No name. I'm sorry. Well, if there's more information about it, maybe I could get it off of there if somebody really wanted to know. There might be a number or something. Here we have an RTO kit called Flamingo. It's article M106, if anyone cares. And I really like the flamingos. I have a couple of flamingo designs, I think. And they're so bright and pretty. And there's the packaging on that one. It's on a 14 count Aida. It's designed by Svetlana Sidorova. I'm not coming up with a copyright or anything else to share with you, but there you go. That's Flamingo from RTO. Next we have, I think this is one I got at My Bobbin. No, I don't don't remember what the name of that company is. This is another one where I'm not going to be able to tell you very much about it. As I said, I got it at My Bobbin, but that doesn't mean they still carry it. And it's on a 14 count Aida. I can't come up with a copyright for you. I'm not seeing a designer's name jump out at me. Sorry. But I can see that it is done with, looks like non-divisible floss, some of that wool kind of thread that some of the kits use, rather than divisible stranded floss like DMC or Anchor. This one is from Luca S. It's called Apples. I know they have other similar designs with kind of still lifes of fruits just laying there. I really liked this particular one for whatever reason. It says copyright Elena Bazanova, so I'm guessing she might be the designer. It's got 36 colors. It's on an 18 count Aida. It uses Anchor floss. And there's the back. Oh dear, another one of these. I love irises. If you saw my first chart video, you may recall there were a lot of irises in there. This is another one that I got at My Bobbin. It seems to be with I'm looking at the threads and wondering if what kind of they are, but it's on a 14 count Aida. It says cotton mulline, so yeah, it is DMC type threads. I wondered because some of them are partially split already, and that made it look more like the non-divisible kind. But I'm just looking at some of the funny things it says on the back here. Design and manufacturing is Incomtech Limited. Incomtech, whoever that is. I really can't tell you anything else. I'm sorry. This is not the best done parade today. I apologize. I will try to improve as we go along before the half hour is up. Okay, this is one that I kind of doubled down on the money on this because I bought a chart of it first. It is from Busilla, and it is one of the charts that was available from the Cooler Design Studio. It's designed by Nancy Rossi. It's called Asian Bell Pulls, and I liked it so much that I got the chart, but then I had an opportunity to get the kit on the secondhand market, and I thought, well, it's got the materials that I need. Unfortunately, not the bell pull parts, but it has the fabric and floss and everything, and it just seemed it would be worth my time to get it. It is copyright 2001, and it is on, they're not telling me on the front, are they? It's on a 14 count Aida. You have to separate the floss yourself. It looks like the Aida is something like a fiddler's cloth. Yeah, not actually very cost effective if it never gets stitched, of course. My own fault. Here's another one from that series called Harmony. This one is Lotus Pond. The one I had earlier was Fragrant Camellias? Was that what it was called? It's from Serendipity Designs. It's by Carolyn Meacham. If it will be good enough not to slide off here, I thought I would try to find the earlier one. Oh, that's a noise. Just so you can see how they kind of go together. They're very similar. The third one must be a chart. Anyway, Lotus Pond. Copyright 1991, Serendipity Designs. It's smaller than a 14 count, but I'm not sure what it is. 18 count. 18 count. Aida. Aha! I thought I had this one. When I did my first installment on the chart portion of these parades, I had a little thing from Janlin called Adjust a Chart that was this design, and I said in that video that I thought I had a kit, and I do. I got the chart first, just as I did with that other bell pull one, and later when the opportunity to have it as a kit came up, I went ahead and splurged and spent the money on it. I know some people, some stitchers are the opposite. You'll get a kit and toss out the fabric or the threads or something and make your own substitutions because that's what you want. So you would be happy to have just the chart. And here I am getting kits instead of sticking with the charts. But anyway, this one is copyright 1998 from Busilla. It is a 14 count Aida. It's designed by Linda Gillum of the Cooler Design Studio. So I think this one might also be available from their website. Who knows? It says Ruffled Feathers is the name they give here. Ruffled Feathers. And like I think all the Pusillas that I've got, it requires me to sort it myself, which is okay. Yes, Dimensions got me with some of these florals. They were just so beautiful, and then I would see other people stitching them, or I'd see them on a website or something and say, I have that one, don't I? And I'd run to my collection to see because I thought I had it, but I wanted to be sure. I can't even explain how much I like some of these flowers. Anyway, this one is called Coral Peonies. It's designed by Rachel Perry. It is a Dimensions Gold collection, and so it uses half stitch and so forth as we expect with the Dimensions kits. They are not mentioning on the front what our fabric is, so it must be on the back. 14 count ivory Aida, and I'm not coming up with a date, but I love that. I think it would be absolutely stunning stitched up. I don't know if I've seen that one. I'm sure some Flosstubers have done it. I just don't know that I've seen it getting worked on. Okay, this is one of just a few Teresa Wensler kits that I have. This is another case of me going overboard because I liked the design. I have it in a chart. I have it in a book that's called something like Best of Just Cross Stitch, because this is a just cross stitch kit. Yeah, I need to actually stitch the thing. I have it in so many forms. This one is on a 28 count even weave fabric. It is called Fruit Bell Pull, if I forgot to mention that. And they don't actually give you the bell pull hardware or anything like that, but you get all of your floss and your fabric, and so you can just go to town on that and make yourself a beautiful bell pull with lots of blends, because that's what Teresa Wensler does. Here's another floral. Looks like I succumbed when it went on sale. It is from the Dimensions Gold collection. It's called Parrot Tulips. I have seen people stitching on this one. It is quite beautiful. The design is by Fran DiGiacomo. I thought it might have a copyright date, but I don't see that. It is on an 18 count beige Aida with pre-sorted floss for us. I don't want to have an avalanche over here. I hope that my kits behave because I've got quite a ways still to go. This one is not all three of the designs. It's this design. They have a little dot on the package to show you which one. I would love to have the others, but I don't think there's any chance of that. That is from a Danish company. I can't speak the language. Handar by Frema. I don't have no idea. No idea, but I think it's beautiful. It says Handarbeit. It's from a world copyright. Just this wall hanging. I don't know which one it is. They have 3 different numbers. Oh, this is 4429. There we go. So of the three listed, this is 4429. I would love to have 4368 or 4424 to go with it, but I've had it open, so I can't really show you what it looks like, but I'm pretty sure I may have showed it in a video long ago, and I was thinking, pardon all the crinkling, that these might be flower threads or something, because they don't look like divisible floss or something else. I think. Maybe they are. Anyway, it's on kind of linen. It's lovely. All right. Looks like a few more Dimensions Golds coming up. Here's another one of those florals that I fell in love with. This one is the Tulip Trio. I've seen people stitching on it. It's pink and gorgeous. This is designed by Igor Levashov. It's on a 14 count ivory Aida. This is from Artiste, which means I anticipate that if I stitch it, there will be all kinds of issues with the kit, because Artiste was infamous for lack of quality control. This is called Pheasants. I will expect that the floss will probably split when it's used. I will expect that they may not have all the right colors packed in there, but you get a nice chart to work from, and you can always substitute out those other things if you need to. And there's the contents seen from the back. Another Artiste. Will be beautiful when made. Will probably have all the same issues as the other Artiste kits. This one is called Tree of Life. These are, many of these are from the Cooler Design Studio. So although the kits are no longer available through Hobby Lobby, this was their brand, Cooler Design Studio probably has the charts, I would think. So if you see an Artiste one that you like, don't despair of getting it, or feel that you have to find it on the secondhand market, because you can probably go to Cooler Design Studio and find it. That's copyright 2015. Here's another of theirs. It is Peacock. And you can kind of see there what we're working with. All the same Artiste issues as ever, but it is from Cooler Design Studio. It's 2015. I'm sure you could find a nice chart of that one too. The colors are vibrant and lovely. It's too bad you can't see them that well. Here's one I have seen many times on Flosstube. It is the Dimensions Gold collection called Butterfly Forest. I have seen people stitch it up. It is just lovely, lovely. I was hoping to see a designer's name on here. It just says Punch Studio. So they're not going to give me the name of an individual. It is on a 14 count ivory Aida. And the fabric's actually kind of a pale yellowish looking color, I would say. One of my favorite designers. She is not with us anymore. When I first started cross-stitching in the mid to late 90s and subscribed to Just Cross Stitch magazine, she was a designer who showed up frequently in the pages back in that era. And she did a whole series of these pillows with fruits and vegetables, and with my botanical interests, they all captured my heart. I would like to stitch every one of them. Of course, I don't have every one, but I have a bunch from the magazine patterns. The designer is Donna Vermillion Giampa, and this is done on a 14 count fabric, but her models were often stitched on even weave, which is what I'm seeing here in the photograph. So you could probably substitute your own even weave fabric for it if you wanted. Her sister has been, when last I knew, selling charts by Donna on eBay, and I don't know if she has other venues through which she sells them, but she very kindly sort of took up where her sister left off and is offering us her sister's designs, and I'm so happy that she's doing that. It looks like they also did the plums and the lemons and limes and the grapes, and I have the charts for those. I don't have all the kits. This was a happy find. Permin of Copenhagen. I don't know the name of this, probably floral alphabet or something. It has a number, 709000. What can I say? I love botanicals, and we have every letter of the alphabet with a beautiful flower. We have a nice, it looks like an even weave. I don't think it's a linen, I think it's an even weave. Beautiful colors. And we are now pretty close to my half-hour mark, so I may continue to film, but I'm going to stop this video at this point. And thank you very much for watching, and hope that you saw something that you liked, and that you will watch other videos in my parade if so. And I will be continuing to film some more of these in another half-hour segment or so. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy stitching.